Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be how to stay motivated in 2020. It is now coming into already February and we've had a month of the new year, and I think what's really interesting about a new year is, of course, we all want to refresh, we all want to set resolutions, and how are we all going to keep that motivation throughout the year? So I am here to help you figure out ways to keep that motivation going. I'm currently at a WeWork location, which I'm so excited to be working with them to create this video for you guys. This is such a beautiful location. There are so many gorgeous locations all around the city that I live in, and it is such a great way to just change up my normal routine to help me feel motivated and inspired. And I'm going to talk more about WeWork in this video, which leads me into my first tip. But before we get into it, please take a moment to make sure that you are subscribed to my channel, that you have notifications turned on for me. That's that bell button right underneath the subscribe button, and you can set it to all so that you never miss a new video from me. So without any further ado, let's get into tip number one. Tip number one is to switch up your normal routine. I know for me, if I do the same thing every day and I go into the same chair and the same office and I'm around the same walls every single day, it's not inspiring me in any way. I've talked with you guys before how important it is for me to make sure that my office at home helps spark my creativity. And as much as I love that space, it does help me feel so much more motivated and productive if I switch things up a little bit. Not only that, it also helps me focus more. At home, there can be a lot of distractions, like cuddling with my dog or doing the dishes or cleaning up the house. I always have this procrastination because I'm like, well, I just want to clean first. And so if I'm in a different environment, I don't pay attention to those things and I truly get so much more done. And that is why I absolutely love having the option to work at a WeWork space. With what I do, a lot of the times, I'm a one-person show, and sometimes I can feel very alone in what I do, especially when I'm working from home because I'm looking to camera and it's just me. It's just me and you guys, but I don't get to see you. So it can feel quite lonely, and sometimes, coming to a space like this will immediately make you feel less alone and much more professional, because when you're doing a creative project on your own, sometimes it might not feel like you are a professional because you are doing those things alone, and you have to be reminded that you are sometimes and that what you do is legitimate. And so coming here, it immediately makes me feel more professional, it makes me feel motivated, it makes me feel productive and truly inspired. One thing that I love about the WeWork locations are the massive windows. They allow so much beautiful natural light to come in, and it's much easier to think outside of the box if you don't work in a box. I love that I'm able to come into a WeWork space because the moment that I walk in here, I feel like I'm already taking a step in the right direction, and it will be a really important tool for me as my business grows and expands. And the more that I hire on a team, I can have my team come here and we can work in a professional but also really inspiring space. Wherever you are, you're most likely near a WeWork location because there are over 800 locations that are open or up and coming, and they're across 130 cities worldwide, which are a lot of locations, and there's a lot of opportunity there. So definitely check out the link that I'm gonna leave for you guys in the description box if you wanna learn more about WeWork. Tip number two for how to stay motivated in 2020 is to set realistic expectations for yourself. Take a look at all of the things that you want to accomplish. One, are there just too many things that you want to accomplish? Because if that's the case, then you might come to a place where you're not able to accomplish them all. So that's not going to make you feel empowered to keep check marking things off of your list if there are so many things that you cannot check mark. For instance, if you don't work out now and you decide that, you know what, I want to take up running. If you tell yourself that you are going to run every single day for the entire year, that's not realistic. You might be able to do it, and if you are able to do it, huge pat on the back, but I would not be able to. For me, I would have to look at it and say, okay, I'm going to try to start 2 days to, if I can, 3 times a week, going on a mile run, and then from there you can build. but I think you have to have a realistic foundation and go from there. Because the more that you accomplish, the more motivated you are going to feel, and you're going to be able to accomplish more when you are real and honest with yourself about what is possible. My tip number 3 for you to stay motivated in 2020 is to get outside more. And I have said this to you guys before. This is so important for me. So if you are anything like me at all, you have to get outside, you have to have the sunshine, you have to walk. There was a Stanford University study done that showed that walking helps improve your creativity by 60%, which is so crazy. That is so much. So when I think about working at home and I've been in the office all day, something that's so important to me is to take a moment and to take a walk outside. I have a dog, so it's important for me to do that anyways, and so it helps encourage me. But even if you don't have an animal that you need to take outside, go on a walk and just help yourself to spark your creativity, whether you work from home or whether you are working at an office on your lunch break or your 15-minute break that you might have. Take a walk outside, allow yourself to just look around, see the sights, the smells, and just have some fresh air in your life, because this day and age, we are all so used to being inside on our phones, scrolling on computers. And if we just take a second to enjoy the outdoors, and if I could encourage you, I would say go on a hike, go camping, go even further into that connection with Mother Nature. But even if it is just as simple as taking a 15-minute walk outside, I promise you it will immediately enhance your mood. You will immediately feel happier, which will directly affect your motivation. Tip number 4 is to make sure your goals have a reason. And this might sound super simple, but it's really important. We do things every day and we have goals and aspirations, and sometimes we don't even think about why we want them. For instance, when I started my podcast, it wasn't just because I wanted a podcast. It was because I wanted a deeper connection with my audience. It was because I wanted something outside of YouTube that I could nurture and grow. And so with that information, I was able to take it on. I was able to grow it. I was able to feel that motivation to bring it to life because I had a reason. Purpose fuels passion, and this is something that I tell myself all of the time, whether I am starting a new project or if I'm just wanting to work out more, or if I'm wanting to make sure that I'm painting more. It's a hobby that I love to do that I forget to do a lot of the time, and it makes me really happy. So I have to tell myself, why do you want to pick up a paintbrush more and paint with watercolor? Why? Because it makes me happy and because a hobby will help improve my mood. The last tip is a simple one, and it's just to ask friends or coworkers to hold you accountable. I'm gonna be totally honest, I don't like this one. It's harder for me because I don't really like when other people have to hold me accountable. That's why I own a business, because I like making decisions and being kind of like the leader. I like that. That's just part of who I've always been. But I will tell you, when I ask somebody to hold me accountable, even if it's Alex, my fiance, he will hold me accountable and he will say, you said you were going to do this. You said you were going to work out every day for 30 minutes. You're not doing it, kind of thing. It's easy for us to get in our own minds and to come up with excuses why we can't make that deadline, or why we can't do a workout today, or why I didn't have lunch today, I'm too busy. That's another thing that I ask Alex to hold me accountable for, because sometimes I just get too busy and by 3 p.m. I'm hangry and I'm mad at everybody because I haven't eaten yet. So he holds me accountable for lunchtime too. And I think that that's really important. Having people in our life that can hold us accountable to help us do the things that we want to do is really helpful. That's why working at a WeWork space is so nice, because when you look around, you can really see people working together as teams. You can see them in conference rooms, and also in just private rooms, in the podcast spaces, and just all around, and even in the open spaces where there's couches and just comfortable pillows around. When you look around the location, you can see people collaborating and working together, and it's so nice for them to have a space to do that. That is it for my 5 tips to help you stay motivated in 2020. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Comment below and let me know what helps you stay motivated and what you are bringing with you throughout this year to help you just stay on track. And thank you so much to WeWork for working with me to create this video for you guys. And allowing me to film in this beautiful location. There's a ginormous window right in front of me with a gorgeous view to Los Angeles, and there's sunlight dripping in everywhere, and it's very gorgeous. Like I said before, check out the link in the description box of this video to learn more about WeWork locations, and I will see you guys very soon in a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye.